What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Legion on Zoom. As always and forever, this is the Chez.
Oh, and this is Miguel.
And this is Rod. What's up?
What's going on,
Bro, Miguel, your background always looks amazing.
Facts. At times, I don't know if I don't know if it's a curtain or just like its actual view.
It's actually all fake, right? I just pull it off. It's looking like nothing but like a dark wall or something. No.
Brick wall.
So obviously, everybody out there on YouTube, you know, if you're listening to us right now on Spotify, you're missing out on some awesome shit on YouTube.
Word.
You can see the beautiful view. See, I live in the Bronx, and that's some beautiful Bronx views right there from the building. No, and actually, we're not joking. It's good views. Like we're not trying to be sarcastic. Like it actually looks nice.
Yeah, Chez lives somewhere in that wilderness, that urban jungle.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
So technically, I'm in Miguel's background.
Maybe. We
Well,
never confirmed that, though.
No, actually not, because that's pointing west, and you are east of me.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
you
Yeah.
go. We saw
Never
that.
mind.
Solved
Okay. There you go. Dreams are dead. But anyway, moving forward, there's a lot of fucking news to talk about, guys, because shit, the internet has been a little crazy. First off, our obligatory mention of the Snyder Cut. Let's get to this one early. That trailer, holy shit, it's up on our page. Like I've said before, if you don't follow us on Instagram, you're making some bad decisions in life. Make a change. Follow our page. Now, shit, that trailer blew my fucking mind.
Wait, but I have a question though, because this trailer came out a couple of weeks ago now, given that we weren't able to record last week our full episode due to some technical difficulties. So now I'm wondering, do we need to do a Zoom tube to watch the rewatch the trailer to have a fresh reaction?
As a matter of fact,
It's only right.
It's only right. People expect it. I think people
fair
need
enough,
that.
fair enough. You guys have absolutely convinced me to whip out the button and press that bitch.
And then speaking of trailers, I do think we have other trailers to review, right? So might as well, should we all just watch them all and just like give a fresh review to everybody?
We got Justice League, and we got Army of the Dead, another Zack Snyder gem on the way, and then we have Mortal Kombat.
Which is going to be a whole new test of the limits of our technology because we've never bent time this far.
Jesus, you're right.
So hopefully, if you guys are okay while you're listening to this episode, everything worked out. So, you guys ready?
Bro,
Rod, you took your Tums and shit for your stomach so you don't barf or anything? You're good?
yeah. I try my best, man.
All right, fair enough. All right. Guys, we'll be right back. Holy shit. And as usual, we're back from watching the Snyder Cut of Army of Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
I'm gonna watch that Ultimate Edition.
Wait, shit, I'm sorry. My brain got a little bit jumbled from the technology. We saw the trailer for the Snyder Cut. We saw the trailer for Army of the Dead. And we saw the trailer for Mortal Kombat.
Correct.
But I would watch that first thing I mentioned, though. Shit. But anyway, let's start with the obvious. The thing we've all been waiting for. The official balls deep trailer for the Snyder Cut. And our Lord and Savior, Darkseid.
All right. Let me go first. I know Rod's itching to go, but come on, he always goes first for all these things.
Go ahead.
But I want to go first because I feel it's deserved for. I gotta make, como si se, reparations almost in a way. No, I've obviously been a strong critiquer, whatever the term would be, critic against Zack Snyder's movies. Right, not about him as a man. Right, but like not all his films, but most of the last ones, right? And you've heard me be skeptical about this and shit, but I'm not going to lie. Seeing this trailer got me hyped, got me excited for the movie. It really does look like a whole other movie, and I'm excited. I'm still skeptical to a degree, of course, but I'm excited. It looks fucking cool, and all right, I'm excited this is happening.
Rod, you can do the honors. Go ahead. I'll go last.
Okay, I was gonna go last, but all right, a few things. First about the trailer itself, and then about the recent Vanity Fair article that Chess circulated on our group chat, which was the most in-depth article I've seen so far about this whole Snyder cut issue. The phenomena of the Snyder cut. So first in the trailer, we get our first close look at Darkseid, like a fully embodied Darkseid, sort of. That's pretty cool.
Word.
We see him with Granny Goodness and Desaad in the same shot. Okay, that was the first thing. Like, whoa, that's awesome. We get to see at the very end. I'm just gonna jump straight to the end, and then we get to see Jared Leto's Joker return.
Facts.
And I think he's being set up for like the ultimate redemption. I think he's one of the actors that came back after the Snyder Cut, got, back in production. His thing was shot, not too long ago, essentially. Ben Affleck came back, Jared Leto came back for scenes and things like that.
Actually, question for that. So Jared Leto's going to get the ultimate redemption, or also who's going to get the biggest redemption? I think there's a chance for Ben Affleck to get a redemption too, no? Because I do think also from the Vanity Fair article, we saw that a lot of the jokes, a lot of the silliness that got added really ruined Affleck. Was because of Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns, sadly, and in their meddling in the movie. I kind of wonder what would this movie be like if Bruce Wayne, Batfleck, right, stays serious as a Batman, doesn't make jokes of like,
you see, the thing is, I had already blocked that trauma out of my life. Like how they say, like people like, if you were molested as a child, you forget and you bury it, like that, and then some like Hugo Strange shrink comes to you and like resurfaces it. Anyway, I had forgotten about that shit. To me, Ben Affleck never fell off as Batman because his last performance. So, if you're following strict continuity, his last performance was, Suicide Squad, yes, but before that, Batman vs Superman, the Ultimate Edition, obviously the preferable version to watch. So yeah, all right. So
that's it. Is Rod's platoon.
Also, in the article, it was revealed that Zack wanted. In the wake of Clark's death, Zack wanted Bruce and Lois to have a love, or to have something. And then apparently the studio execs didn't like that, and some weird love triangle between Bruce, Clark, and Lois. Yeah, whatever. Because I didn't really see seeds of that being planted, obviously, in BVS. But it did make the nightmare scene make a lot more sense to me, because when High Chancellor Superman comes down and finds Bruce Wayne hogtied, he's like she was my world and you took her from me. That's when he punches his hand through his chest, right? I was like, oh, okay, so that's why he said that, because in Zack Snyder's storyline, the conflict that Bruce Wayne is supposed to have is that he's in love with this woman. Her love is past, but he needs, to, join the League in reviving Superman. And in the process, more than likely lose Lois or not, if you follow the nightmare sequence.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. So here's what I think is going to happen. I think that we see Jared Leto at the end, and they're in the nightmare sequence in that, in that aftermath world. I think that in place of Bruce getting a hand punched through his chest, we're going to get, a la Injustice, we're going to get the Joker sacrificing himself for Bruce Wayne in the end, which is something that we haven't really seen cinematically or in a lot of other in the comics to some degree. But yeah, okay, and rants, and we still don't know the identity of this iteration of the Joker. There's rumors have been circulating like crazy that he's tied to potentially a Robin, or that he may have murdered Dick Grayson. If you follow the internet, stories, whatever. Anyway, listen, I'm looking forward to seeing that Joker finalized.
Facts, man. Listen, I'm just ready for fucking nightmare sequence, battle ready, fighting parademons, Jared Leto Joker.
Word.
I never say that sentence. I want to see that sequence. It's gonna happen. It's a 4-hour movie. I think we get to bust all the nuts we want.
Oh, imagine if a whole hour is within the Nightmare universe.
That's
you know?
what I'm hoping.
Maybe, but I think Jared Leto I think they filmed like 15 minutes of footage from what I've heard.
I'll take that.
New footage, but whatever. We'll see. We'll see.
Dude, I mean, if you think about that, 15 minutes of a 4-hour movie, that's like what?
Right.
I'm not doing the math. Somebody do that. But
I'm not
it's
gonna
like
do it.
that's a good chunk of film. Like, I think that's more screen time than he got in Suicide Squad.
I don't know.
Possibility. But there's a possibility that he
Right,
got
right,
less
right.
than 15 minutes in Suicide Squad.
Right.
But and also it will be like without the like it's a whole remake. And this movie continues just breaking precedent. That article that Rod had mentioned was amazing. That shit blew my mind. And it also goes to show how much of a fucking mess the actual Justice League movie was, because there's dialogue there that has to do with shit we didn't even see. Like,
Right.
Right. No, and the article was fantastic. I think the article is a really well written piece, interviewing Zack Snyder and interviewing, I think, his wife a little bit here and there as well, about the whole process, right? And about, like, you have to think about it. This is unprecedented, no? About, like, we know it's always been the whole thing. That's why director cuts exist, right? About, like,
Yeah.
fucking, producers, the company gets involved and fuck with the idea, and then, like, you have to bow to it, and then you get director's cut to be able to see their vision a little bit more, right? But to this level, right, where they allow him to kind of no, you got to go back, and you actually can. It's like really a second chance to do a new film, right? Like, I loved it in the article. They were saying how apparently he had like these like 4 hours or something of the raw fucking footage, right, with like no CGI and shit, and like at one
in
point,
black
like,
and white.
and in black and white, right? And we're like, fucking Warner Brothers, right, was like, just fucking release that, right? And he's like, fuck no. And I love that because he said something. I would rather it just still be like a myth and a fantasy of what it could be, rather than just putting this shit out there that I know it's not going to be great because it's not the finished product. I'm like, bravo, well done, sir.
Bro, his breakdown of the reasons why and what he told them was off the hook. He was like, one, you don't get to just go ahead and redeem yourself by looking like the good guy.
Yes.
Two, then you release the shitty cut of the movie and say, look, we told you so because it sucked. And then there was a third reason. What was it? I'm surprised that Rod didn't remember that third reason.
No, I didn't remember the third reason. I remember those same two.
Yeah, but then it was like, wow, that's an amazing breakdown. Like, yo, Snyder, like, yo, you earned the shit out of some. Like, it's kind of like if you want to do things that others can't do, you have to do what others won't. You know what I mean? And he's not even getting paid for this. But of course, I mean, he got paid the first time around. But it's kind of like he's doing double the work for half the money.
Yeah, and they are putting in a lot of money to the movie. They already did. No, what was it, like in the 70 million? Right?
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and now that like in this like version, it's it's in remembrance of his daughter, and that's a lot of the issues that started this whole Justice League fiasco, and him having to step down was because it was too much for him to deal with at the time because of a personal tragedy, and now he gets to finish this movie, in remembrance of her, and it's beautiful because yeah, it's like his swan song to his daughter, and and a lot of the profits or so I've read from this movie go toward suicide prevention.
Yeah,
and a lot of the drive from the fans online was pushing this too. It's like, this man faces a tragedy and you're just going to hire this guy to come butcher whatever he was creating. And Zack Snyder has been trying to do a DC project for years. I remember reading Wizard magazine when, like, I must have mentioned this before, but when 300 came out, they're like, Zack, what's your dream project? Dark Knight Returns, right? And we got to see some of that in EVS. But yes, I'm extremely excited to see this. And one last fun fact about the article, that Jason Momoa came in to do Bruce Wayne originally.
Yeah, right.
That would have been
interesting
weird too, right? Although he should be Shazam or Lobo, whatever.
Yeah.
And actually, and with that from the article, it's also it was good for me to be highlighted. There's obviously a lot of things I don't like about his approach, right? And I'm gonna give him more of the benefit of the doubt that I do believe it's probably a fucking DC and Warner Brothers fucking with him, not letting him tell the story he wants to tell, right? And but you have to give it to him, right? That right, I forgot how instrumental he was to casting Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, right? And the casting Jason Momoa as Aquaman, right? Where people were like, "No, what?" Like for Jason, and he's like, "No, I like him." And like, he's like, "It makes sense, you know, he's Polynesian."
Yeah, it does.
Like,
it does.
Yeah.
It does make a lot of sense.
I've
like,
always said that. I've
Just that
always said that.
The actor just reeks of Lobo. I'm gonna throw up.
I mean, yeah, that's also true. He's like Lobo personified. Like
Yeah, he
it's almost kind of bugged out, like how much of like small to no adjustment he'd have to make to play Lobo. Like just be himself. Like
DC's pushing this whole multiverse thing.
perfect.
You never know. Word. You never know.
Take
We're gonna
advantage.
touch on that in a little bit. Superman news.
Yeah, but the other thing about the trailer that I mean in the article that I really loved was that I liked that he had a chance to explain why he does the films the way he does it, right? Because for example, obviously one of my biggest critiques is like, you know, Superman's not that fucking dark, right? He's a man ray of hope, you know, like and he mentions in the article, he's like, he didn't want to do that, right? He wanted to tell his own story of like gods, you know, you guys have made this comment a lot before about gods on earth, right? And struggling with their humanity and not necessarily have it be this kind of typical story. And then I'm like hearing him say it like that, like, all right, that's your goal. Okay, I get it. And if I didn't completely, because Man of Steel I liked, and that's the one movie I really, really liked. I do really feel probably for Batman versus Superman, you know, if he had no fucking interference from the company, he might have been able to tell the story he wanted to tell, you know. But I feel like because especially thinking how different the pull is, right, from WB, from what he wants. He wants to do a dark movie, very serious and like that, and they're like, nah, add more jokes and look at what Marvel's doing, like make it more lighthearted, make it more colorful. Like that can't be further from his vision, you know. Like no, it can't work.
And the one thing I do want to say is that after reading that article is I most definitely stand with Ray Fisher, because after reading his fucking sentiments of how he feels about that movie and reading through all the fuckery that went on behind the scenes, is like, I hope that dude's career takes off so much, and I want to see so much fucking Cyborg because he can do so much in this film. To now, like all the rumors that have been confirmed, as in aside from all the misconduct, which I'm sure it's true, it's like 3/4 of the movie was redone, 70 million, like you know what I mean? Like we're gonna get a whole different, more fleshed out experience with Ray Fisher that I cannot wait to see. Hashtag booyah.
4 hours.
4 hours of Ray Fisher.
Can't wait. This is his face.
Yo, and bros, and like from the thing from the article that said, you know, 4 hours, guys, and we've talked about how emotional this is, even for me that I've been against it, right? And I'm gonna enjoy it, you know. But at the end, when the movie ends, he said that it's gonna say, right, like, you know, for Autumn, his daughter that, you know, committed suicide, and the tragedy that led to everything that happened. I think it's safe to say that we're gonna cry.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
And if I don't cry, I'll probably like pinch myself, you know, like in the pocket with tweezers, like Joey from Friends, to make you guys think that I'm crying along with
I would do that during really boring classes in college, and it would never work. I'm like drawing blood and shit, trying to pinch myself. That shit never worked.
There's a little trail of blood or something. You're like, fuck, I can't cry.
But yeah, man, like wow. When I read all the like how he dealt with his daughter and what the conversations with like his daughter Autumn, that shit was wild, man. Like it was so, like the conversation seemed so simple, but they hit so heavy when you read them. Like the few quotes that were in there that he gave them, it was like it was hard to read, man. It was like, wow, like it was so compelling. Like it was crazy. But the one thing I wonder about is amidst his 2 years that he spent with his family, as per the article, is I wonder how that led into the second trailer that we watched, which was him starting to work on Army of the Dead. Like I really wonder how that transition his life happened. Like, so one day you're going through, you know, like the grieving process and all the steps and grieving with family, and then like sometime down the line, you're on the phone talking to Batista about zombies. Like, how does one make that jump for the sake of like healing? You know, like
Yeah,
Well, I think it's
it may
work,
have
you
been.
know?
Yeah, and also may have been in pre because I've heard about this movie for quite some time.
Right.
Yeah.
The Snyder fans, you guys all know that we've been waiting for him to come back to the zombie genre, which is not dead. Don't listen to Ches.
it's dead. It's
I think
undead.
it's gonna come. I think it's gonna hit hard with this movie. And it's fun fact that they like took Chris D'Elia out of this movie. Did you guys know about
Oh
this?
yeah. Oh no.
Because
I mean,
Oh,
I
right.
know what
Because
happened with Chris D'Elia, but not that he got taken out of the movie. Oh, he's tight.
Yeah, he was in the movie, and then they had to like take him out because the social justice warriors, or he was, I don't know what he was doing, groping people. I don't know.
No,
Whatever
he
these
was
guys-
he was
jerking off.
inappropriately texting minors.
oh,
Allegedly.
Nah.
nah, get the fuck out of here.
But
But yes,
I don't wanna-
okay. So before I even knew who the fuck Zack Snyder was, I watched Dawn of the Dead because my cousin Tony, shout out to Tony, supporting us. He's a big zombie fan, and, and we saw the original version, the 70s version, way back when. It was hilarious to us.
I was scared shitless.
But then now, okay, so in 2004, Zack remade that movie, and I just remember it being very, very like a visually appealing, and just being fucking really cool, like with the pregnant zombie baby, and just I think it still stands as my favorite like zombie movie, honestly. And this is before I even knew who Zack Snyder was. I didn't really know who he was until 300.
Yeah, word, definitely.
But yeah, I was hoping that this was either like a follow-up. I don't think it's connected, but I do know that it's gonna have also an anime series, also streaming on Netflix. So I did cancel my Netflix before because they lost, Jessica Jones and Daredevil and on all these cool Luke Cage. Hashtag
Punisher.
Punisher, yes. How could I forget? My
definitely.
God.
But hashtag fuck Iron Fist.
But this is gonna bring me back to Netflix. I want to see him get his zombie universe, Netflix universe going. So I'm stoked.
Yeah, awesome. Like I loved I liked the trailer. Like my only thing with the trailer is like it was, I think it was more of a teaser, right? Almost. It's just random action shots and there's like a couple of lines. And it's like, and it looks like other big zombie films, but it looks it visually epic, right? Because that's the one thing I will give Zack Snyder. He does visually pretty films. Like they're epic, they're big, I buy it. So I'm looking forward to like, yeah, good, cool, a big ass action zombie flick. And I was wondering about the Dawn of the Dead because I've actually never seen it. I think I mentioned this before, and I just googled it right now, and I think it seems to be up on Hulu and in Amazon. So I'm gonna try to watch it before the movie comes out.
Highly recommended.
All right.
Which one? Wait, you've never seen Dawn of the Dead?
Neither the original by George Romero or this one, yeah.
Oh, dude, when you see Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, you're gonna be like that was the first movie that I'm like, there's no like plot here. This shit is just carnage and chaos, and it was great.
It is a Zack Snyder film, so there's not a lot of plot. So
no, but I'm talking like yo, you will be you will be shocked. Nah, it's an amazing movie. Yeah, hashtag fuck y'all. But you are going to be shocked at how fast shit hits the ground in that movie. It's one of the it's amazing. You're gonna love it. Watch. It
actually has some like comedy notes peppered in there. So
yeah,
it's like,
it definitely does. Yeah,
can't do comedy, obviously.
Word. Shit, I mean, and look at the movie that has some comedy notes. Fucking Dawn of the Dead.
Who's that modern? Who's that
Shaun of the Dead?
That Modern Family actor that was in Dawn of the Dead. That white guy.
He's the one that owns the boat. I know who you're talking about, but he's like the rich boat guy. Yeah, he is.
He's the rich boat guy.
Yeah. He's comedic relief. Shout out to the actor from Modern Family.
That guy.
Oh yeah, Ty Burrell.
Ty Burrell,
the main guy from the
But yeah, dude, I've never seen the original, but that one was off the hook, man. And I cannot wait for Army of the Dead. And of course, they better show a zombie getting power bombed by Batista. It's obligatory. They have to.
I'm sure it was in his contract. Like what he doing? He's like, hey, I'll do this only if I do this.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's dropping in May, people. So you got, or what is it? You got next month, March. You have the Snyder Cut. You have April. You have Mortal Kombat. which we're gonna discuss, and then in May, boom, Army of the Dead. We got a lot of good films coming out. Marvel, give us Black Widow, you bastards.
You see, like, and I called it. That ain't gonna happen until theaters open and they get them pay-per-views. Because I'm pretty sure even ScarJo was like, "Fuck out of here, dropping my shit on Disney Plus." Like theaters are broke. Yeah, so definitely, everybody get Netflix. Go check out Army of the Dead. We're all gonna check it out, talk about it, messages and whatnot. Mortal fucking Kombat. About fucking time we get this trailer. Jesus Christ. This is one of like those few times where I think society as a whole has been owed after the travesty that was, what was it, fucking
Annihilation.
Oh God. I just got nauseous. But yeah, that trailer, I give that shit an 11 out of 10.
Damn.
Disagree with me. Go ahead. I
Oh
fucking dare
shit.
you. I
Hey,
fucking dare you.
we're not disagreeing. Like, don't get violent.
Yeah.
Yo,
Now I have high hopes for it.
yeah.
We get a close shot at Sub-Zero. We get Scorpion. We get Liu Kang, Sonya. We get Kano, Raiden. And that Kano actor better watch out with the way Fame, the way he handles Fame, because the last two actors that have played Kano, I'm not saying there's a jinx or anything.
Oh, damn.
Rest in peace, the last two actors. I'll throw them up right now.
Wait. I don't know about this. What
Yeah,
happened?
wait.
Each one of the previous Kano actors have died?
Hashtag
Yeah.
Kano curse.
Kano, nah, damn. I don't want to jinx this guy.
Too late.
Too late.
The Kano curse. Shit.
Yeah, facts. No, but I mean, talk about that. What's up? Enlighten.
No, I don't know the details. I just know that remember we mentioned this fan-made Mortal Kombat feature that was pretty popular on YouTube.
Yeah.
That it was played, that actor who's a known actor, I just don't know his name, but I will put it up right here in the little narrative box. He passed, and then obviously the classic guy from the '95 film, Kano, that guy, he also Sonya like does her fatality. It's kind of lame. Cameron Diaz was supposed to be Sonya in this movie, but due to maybe like because of the mask or some other bullshit, or she got injured, she had to drop out, and they brought in that other chick. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. The trailer looks really good. What do you guys think?
I mean,
I go for it, Chess. Go.
I mean,
You're gonna fight me to Mortal Kombat, bro.
Fucking challenge you to straight kumite. Fucking the one concern I have is that they showed a lot of vastly separated shit from what you can tell. You know what I'm saying? Like any human being who knows how, like storytelling works, and especially people who know like the Mortal Kombat lore, which can be expansive, they showed a lot of different things. Like I'm hoping some like masterful story weaving, you know what I mean, to tell us what's going on. Because they saw fucking like OG Scorpion before he died. Then you have fucking Sub-Zero introducing himself. Then you have a giant statue of Shao Kahn. Then apparently Liu Kang is not the main character, and him and Kung Lao exist at the same time, even though Liu Kang is a descendant of Kung Lao. And then you have no Johnny Cage, but there's somebody who's named Cole, who's like, you know what I mean? Like, they better weave this shit together very well.
Yeah, no, that's my only thing. Obviously, like, look, first of all, for me, like, I've loved Mortal Kombat watching people play. I've never gotten very big into it. I'm terrible at fighting games. I've tried. I'm just not good at it. But I've obviously loved the lore and I love the movies, the first movie. And yeah, and the movie looks epic. I love the effects. I love the look of everybody. It looks fucking badass. Like, oh, Sub-Zero fucking kicking ass and fighting with Scorpion looks so fucking cool. The fatalities look awesome. But it does make me just wonder, like, what's the story though? Like, I hope they do manage to make
a tournament deciding the fate of the universe, man. What more do you need? Whenever a trailer starts with "There's a tournament."
Yeah, that's it. That's the story.
Like, cultures from all over the world compete.
It's always fighters from all over the world.
Bro. And that's also going to be streaming on HBO Max. I mean, yes. I think it's a treat. I definitely would have gone to the movie theater to see this.
Deep cut for our older fans out there, the fucking Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm cartoon on USA back in the day, right before they gave Savage Dragon the other Saturday morning cartoons. That show was the shit.
That shit was a hunk of junk.
You're a hunk of junk.
See, right here, I gotta get at you. That shit was whack. As was the Street Fighter cartoon that also aired on USA.
Dude, that Street Fighter cartoon was bomb. Why do you hate?
I don't hate.
Yeah, you do, man. There's a deep darkness in your heart that needs to be addressed.
But shout out to the recent Mortal Kombat animated feature. I think it's called Scorpion's Revenge.
Oh yeah, that shit was lit.
Watch that shit if you haven't already, because that was one of the treats of last year during quarantine.
I have not seen that yet, and I just Googled right now the cartoon. I'm like, I don't remember this. And when I'm seeing the pictures right now, I'm like, oh yeah, it was trash. Like I remember this was not a good cartoon, but I'm glad that you liked it.
Hating or my childhood betrays me. Yo, one or the other.
But speaking of childhood and memories from the one thing I do remember from the games, because I if anything, I played the OG games. No, there's a scene in the como se dice, in the trailer, right, where we see this black smoke, right, and then we see a Sub-Zero looking dude walk out. Is that Sub-Zero or is this potentially Smoke?
Well, that's because I'm gonna be a little bit of a lore whore here. Fans, correct me if I'm wrong. Smoke is the original Sub-Zero, who was one of the Lin Kuei.
Noob Saibot is the undead Sub-Zero.
Oh,
I'm not mistaken. I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, but it's then so
I have no idea.
Is Smoke a completely different character? Because Noob Saibot also has those smoke power, so it could have been Noob Saibot.
I'm pretty sure that the first Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat 1 becomes Noob Saibot. And for Miguel's comment about that character, I think that's another ninja. Again, I'm not super into this, but I think that's Rain. Another ninja character in the
Rain is purple, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, right.
Ermac is purple, right? Yeah. Ermac, right? Yeah, there's mad ninjas.
Yeah, word.
Right, because we have a lot of Sub-Zero Scorpion-looking guys that are just different colors, no? And we have the black one was Smoke, right, before, and then we had like I don't remember what other. We had Reptile, obviously. And in the trailer we do see fucking is it Kano fighting a reptile, and it's just like, wait, what's that?
And which, mind you, which is like the green ninja. So, like, I mean, from what I'm seeing, this one though, I think they're definitely gonna try to differentiate all the characters. I mean, they kind of started that in Annihilation. The characters did look different. Yeah. Was it Rain that he had like a pretty different gi than Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and then with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, even their gis were like very, very different. However, in the original Mortal Kombat, is like every ninja was rocking the same shit. And if you would have had the other ninjas in there, they all would have had the same shit too.
They just cut the palette swaps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do like that they're really bringing to life the way the fatalities look in the current games, like in Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah,
the scene where Sub-Zero at the very end, he does like an elaborate fucking kill move on Scorpion, who's he's like unkillable. I don't know what the fuck his deal is. Watch that movie. The animated movie is really dope. And anyway.
And of course, like one of the biggest upgrades. I mean, who even knows if it's an upgrade? Because when they did it originally, it was an accomplishment in and of itself. Goro looks fucking amazing because he's totally CGI. But in the original Mortal Kombat movie, no people. I don't think that was animatronics except for the face. That was a big ass marionette. That was a puppet.
It looked dope as fuck.
Yeah,
I don't think I saw enough of Goro to make like a comment, because we do get him for what looks almost like a still shot of him leaping in the air. I'm not trying to hate. I mean, I hope it's anywhere near as good as what Marvel Studio does with the Hulk. Just don't make it look like shit. If so, bring back the puppet. I don't know.
I feel like you just can't let me dream.
No.
Damn.
I'm here to shatter your dream.
I've noticed.
And speaking of shattered dream, Henry Cavill may not be coming back. Who knows?
Damn.
There is a multiverse.
Wonderful transition, by the way. Wonderful.
Facts.
So it was announced today. What's the 26th of February?
Yes, February 26th.
Oh, the year of our Lord 2021.
Yeah. So J.J. Abrams, and we've talked about this before. He's on board to reboot the Man of Steel, Superman, along with Ta-Nehisi Coates. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And at first I was hating. I saw the news. I'm like, oh man. But I shouldn't get greedy, because I am getting almost 4 hours of Henry Cavill in less than a month. So don't be greedy, people. This is a great opportunity. If you flash back to last season, if they do Flashpoint correctly, this is an easy way to reboot without having to do too much exposition. When the Flash and Thomas Wayne have to find Superman of the Flashpoint Earth, they uncover the government's been holding this alien, without light, whatever. For he's weakened, right? When they rescue him, it turns out to be Michael B. Jordan.
You read my mind. I just called goosebumps. You read my fucking mind.
Oh, that's the perfect way for them to pull this shit off. Oh my God. And instead of Thomas Wayne, I'm sorry.
No, do it.
Wayne, Michael Keaton and the Flash rescuing Michael B. Jordan's Superman.
I'm all in. I'm all in. Let's stop recording this episode now.
And Gina Carano is Wonder Woman.
No. Oh, and hashtag cancel Rod. That's because of that. Because
hashtag cancel Rod. Hashtag Rod is wrong, and we should have stopped recording when I said it.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just edit it out, and that's it.
Shit when you like add shit into a bill, like you shoehorn random shit. Like, oh yeah, by the way,
Gina Carano's the $15 minimum wage. Like,
yeah, you want Gina Carano and Chris D'Elia back or something? You're like,
come back, come to our show, do our show. Tell us your piece.
Mm-hmm.
I would interview Gina Carano.
I would love to have them on the show. That's for real. That's for sure. No, but that's a fucking great point. I love that because I was excited just because when J.J. Abrams, come on, J.J. Abrams does awesome fucking work. Like I have I know he's gonna do a good movie, so that's fucking great. And then with the Hesse Coates, he's an incredible writer. He's an incredible writer, and he's written an amazing Captain America run and a Black Panther run. And obviously, he's also just a well-written. He's an actual writer outside. Well, not saying that comic book writers are not writers. Obviously, you're all writers, but you mean writing novels and stuff like that.
I think that's exactly what you're saying.
Oh, and we're not getting writers on the show ever again.
Why would you say that?
You know what I mean. Writing.
Any writer, come on our show, please.
Any and all writers.
So I'm excited just because of that. And now with the whole idea, the rumors going out that they want to cast a black Superman, it's like I'm on board. I don't care what.
Is that a legit rumor? I just like.
No, it's a legit rumor. I thought that's why you were saying it. No, it's a legit
word.
Like,
oh, now I saw a meme about earlier today. Like, I don't know if anyway, I saw a meme about Ta-Nehisi Coates gets hired as writer, and then Michael B. Jordan's face superimposed on Henry Cavill's body. I saw a meme. I'm like, okay, that makes sense, right? Anyway, and I'm not saying that just because the writer is African American, he necessarily has to add an African American character to the lore, but
of course,
it seems highly likely. And besides, man, we've had a lot of Superman. Let's mix it up. Come on. And if you're gonna have anybody, obviously it has to be Michael B. Jordan.
Obviously, has to be.
Or they could go a whole other route.
Wesley Snipes.
No.
Wesley Snipes. Yes.
Wesley Snipes.
First off, I'm all in. I'm all in for a Wesley Snipes Superman movie. Directed by Michael Bay. Okay.
Let's go.
Or they could do the Nicolas Cage Superman movie that never got made. Boom. Mic drop.
Whoa. They bring J.J. Abrams and Ta-Nehisi Coates to do that. Nick Cage, we need you.
If there was a time we needed Nick Cage, is now.
Yo, Kevin Smith needs like a release the Kevin Smith cut movement for his Nicolas Cage Superman, no? Should we start that here on the show? No.
Listen, man. I'd rather get a bunch of the other shit he's working on. Give me a Clerks 3 when it comes to Kevin Smith, or like a Mallrats 2. Which reminds me
that right now. Yeah, he's doing
Clerks 3. Shout out to Kevin Smith. Which reminds me, I want to watch that documentary about the Superman Nick Cage movie. I still haven't seen that shit.
Me neither.
Me neither, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it's extremely interesting. Now, onto other crazy shit. After much trolling, which is rare for us, the intrawebs community, the trolls, to get trolled, Disney and Marvel, and of course the high overlord himself, Feige, probably had a hand in this, trolling fans with different titles for the new upcoming Spider-Man movie. My personal favorite being Spider-Man Homemade. I don't know why, but that one made me laugh. Or because Spider-Man home slice. That shit was
Yeah,
racist.
home slice.
How is that racist?
Because they
What?
showed a picture of like Miles, like with the fist, like home slice. Never
What?
mind.
But that was not the image. That's you saw somebody do that image. That's
Oh,
not the image
yeah.
they
Okay.
revealed. No.
That's
Like,
fair. Fair enough. But then we finally got the actual title, and it was Spider-Man No Way Home. The multiverse is gonna get fucking crazy.
yeah, no, I love the trolling, and because also I love it because we kind of like fell for it for like a little
Yeah,
for a
word.
second, right? Because we
I
had
did
in our
not. I'm gonna add. I put the fake news Trump
fell for
meme immediately.
nah. The
Right,
fact
fell for
that you had to ask, like, is this for real? You may not have fallen for it, but you entertained the idea for a second. You sent and speaking, you were commenting about people shouldn't Google shit and get it. You sent something that you could have Googled, right? You sent it to us asking us like, "Hey
Can
guys, is this
someone
real?"
confirm?
I had to then Google it and then I went to Tom Holland's account and then I'm like, oh fuck, and they're like, oh shit, it might be real, and then that's when I'm like, oh wait, let me look at what's his name, Batalon, the guy who plays Ned Leeds in like slash Genki, and then seeing later Zendaya posting her own thing is like, we had, there was a slight second there where we were like, could this be it? Like, motherfuckers, you guys were good. Freaking Spider-Man, freaking Tom Holland, Jesus Christ.
Word. I stand corrected. But I was skeptic though.
Yeah,
I
of
didn't
course.
believe it when it was sent to me. I'm like, bullshit.
No, of course, yeah.
Let me ask the thread dudes because I don't know, because I'm currently on a social media cleanse, people. So
Yeah,
Good for you.
I was baffled. I'm like, this is too many going around. I'm like, people are just making their own. Because even to be honest, as many of the titles as we saw, even the actual one, which is No Way Home, seems fake. It's kind of like they troll too much to the point is like, I don't even believe that that's still their real title, but I'll take it. And of course,
yeah.
I was going to say that like it hints that he's lost in the multiverse.
Oh,
That was my question. What's the implication of the title, you guys think?
Yeah, he's lost in the multiverse. Just like Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing how people, when they revealed it, right? They had this whole little bit of them leaving John Watts' the director office, and then they see this little, como se dice, a whiteboard, right, with a lot of things written and like the fake names scribbled out and other names, right? Even like older and like Far From Home, and they're like, we already did this, and a lot of people have been like really diving into trying to see everything that's on the board for hints of shit, because even, for example, there's like little chemistry type of chemical pictures, and it's like hexagons, and then people are like, oh my god, it's the hex from Scarlet Witch, and it's gonna connect to the multiverse. It's like, damn, I don't know, but shit, okay. But I didn't think about that. That's a good point about No Way Home, that he's lost in the multiverse. That's cool.
Bruh, the Venom verse, they're shipping his ass. I called it last season. I'm saying it again. They're shipping his ass to the Venom verse so he can play in his playground, which I'm actually excited to see Peter and Harry and Gwen and all those other motherfuckers that he belongs around. And because of legal shit. So, and it's funny, like Marvel managed to pry all these properties, but unless Sony goes under, they're never getting Spider-Man back. Because as long as Sony keeps making movies, they keep the rights to the character. And now that he's making billions of dollars, I think Far From Home cracked $1 billion. Come on, man. Like Marvel, the only way Marvel can get him is if Disney purchases Sony. That's the only way they can do it, which is
damn. Yo, I think at that point, like an international tribunal of like would step in and stop Disney, because
I think that'll be illegal at that point. Yeah.
Sony will never let go of Spider-Man, just like you said, because they have like a 3-gemmed Infinity Gauntlet. It's all about PlayStation, refurbished electronics, and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That is Sony. They will never lose. Like, think about it. It's a stool with 3 legs. They lose one of those, they're done.
And the big thing too, with right now, speaking of being done and whatnot, that they just confirmed, Tom Holland confirmed himself that this is his contract ends now with this movie. And so, I think the smart thing to do would be to renew his motherfucking contract. Like, he said it, that he would love to keep playing Spider-Man, that he would be willing to play Spider-Man until he's old. I don't think I'm ready to see him leave yet. Like,
Not
come on.
all.
I'd like to go through a reboot? Nah, fuck that.
No.
Yo, do you guys think like that Tobey Maguire's like, damn, should have done those other 3 movies. Because wasn't he slated for 6? Supposedly.
Well, there's rumors floating around that he may don the
Nah.
mask again, but I don't. But I think obviously his trilogy didn't end on the highest note, but I think he's satisfied. I don't know. Obviously we don't know. Toby, do our show. Come on our show. We love you.
Pizza Parker.
Yeah. But I think he should be happy with what he did. I mean, and besides, Tom Holland looks amazing.
OD. It's insane. It's insane.
He's the best Peter Parker visually that we've had, in my opinion.
Aside from Andrew Garfield's hair, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, but speaking of that, actually, if you're following us on Instagram right now, if you're not, you must follow us right now at Legion on Zoom. I just shared to our stories some wonderful photos of Tom Holland that he just did for GQ. God damn, este hombre está lindo. No, he is a good-looking man.
Throw that up right here, boom.
Oh, there we go. Come on.
For you.
See, look, exactly, and that continues the tradition that on this show we objectify men.
That is correct,
and
Never
that is okay.
I agree with that.
I don't know, I'm slightly learning how to use the power of suggestion on Rod over time.
and now I guess, speaking of objectifying men, we were objectifying not just any man recently. We were objectifying Superman recently.
Facts.
We got Tyler Hoechlin, if I pronounce his name correctly, premiere on his very first own show as Superman with the Superman and Lois show, and we got that wonderful 1-hour premiere. I think we all saw it. The 3 of us, we saw it, right?
Yep.
Do we think that society is ready for Superman and Lois?
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking that. That's a completely different show.
Yo, DC, I'll be with you guys.
I would watch Superman and
Lois. I'm for it.
Sorry, Michael B. Jordan. Yo, show your versatility as an actor.
Yo, the amount of boxes being checked right there.
Yeah, that might be too much, right? I remember back when Brian Michael Bendis introduced Miles Morales, somehow gay got attacked. Remember this? Like, it was like there was headlines online like, okay, new Spider-Man is Latino, African American, and gay. Like, it's like, and then Brian Michael Bendis, I'm sorry, he was like, I was like, I never said that.
Yeah, right. No, he didn't.
At first,
that's reaching.
At first, even I said that a long time ago. I'm like, wait, but isn't he like Spanish, black, and gay? Like, that's like, why are they trying to pack so much woke in one entity?
And then be that woke.
Yeah, and then y'all told me like, no, he's not gay. Which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's apparently something wrong when studios try to cram every single minority, I guess, what you would say, preference or ethnicity, like some, like every single like minority issue into one character.
And I like that you quoted Seinfeld. Because I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but Jared Leto, there's a famous George Costanza quote in this. Yes. He's like, "We live in a society." We live in a society.
Yeah. Like,
that's my George Costanza.
Like, I never understood that. It's kind of like, so fans get the hint out there. Like, you can't make a character who's like a minority with an alternative sexual preference, disabled, with like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like give other people a chance to exist with different qualities. Don't jam pack all of that shit into one person. That's wild.
I don't think there's anything wrong. I wouldn't say you can't. I think of course you can, because that's
of course,
the reality, right? Like, but I think the problem is a lot when because you can tell also this is coming from writers who are not any one of those identities, right? And so that's what makes it worse, because it's like you're writing about a marginalized point of view from a very, very non-marginalized point of view, right? So Brian Michael Bendis is a white man, right? Like, it is just like, he did a wonderful job with Miles Morales, right? But I think it was great for him to eventually let leave the reins, and then now, other people can write, and I think it's good. Let's support diverse creators that have them create the whatever characters they want to be reflected in people, But yeah, exactly. Like, but that's the problem when it feels like, because then it's obvious. It's obvious that it's forced. It's obvious. It's like, it's just like,
Yeah.
stop it.
I guess
stop it.
like that's what I mean. Like, and very much thank you for correcting me. Like, in no way do I mean like it's not okay to exist in that combinations, because obviously people do. But it's almost like the more facets you pack into one character, like it's like in the population, there's less and less people within that combination. You get what I mean? It's kind of like the more and more like relatable you try to make them, even to an extreme, the less relatable they become. It's like there's a curve on that.
Superman and Lois.
Perfect segue.
Yeah.
All right, so I was a bit of a skeptic, obviously, because I don't keep up with the CW universe that much anymore. But I did watch the premiere, and obviously, the lead is an incredibly charming man. He plays a great Clark Kent. Also some shades of like Henry Cavill's version in there. I do like that they kind of aged him up, although physically he ages slower, and they mention it in the show. And he has grown kids now, because it makes the story a little bit different. You can do different things. So I did like the two sons. I like the actors and the characters that they're playing. And the biggest reveal was at the very end. I think I saw the whole episode, right? The big reveal at the end is that it's not John Cryer, Lex Luthor, which I was expecting, or he might still appear. I don't know how this universe shit works, but it's a different Lex Luthor. And, he comes out at the end. I thought it was General Zod, which I'm sure a lot of fans must have thought that villain was General Zod as well.
Yeah.
Isn't that what the computer said? General Zod?
No, it's a General Luthor.
Captain Luthor.
Oh, shit.
Captain Luthor, right?
I legit heard Zod. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, no, continue. Yeah.
No. It was a great episode. Highly recommended, of course. But my only gripe, and I gotta throw my gripe out there just to keep a fully rounded opinion. Why do they have to puff up the suit so much? Like why do they feel the need to like give them comically large muscles like that? That's what took me out of Shazam, honestly. Not that Zachary Levi obviously didn't pull it off, but Zachary Levi is jacked. You don't have to add all these muscles. I mean, not every superhero has to be this like behemoth. And I did like his Supergirl costume.
Wait, did they puff up his suit? Like even in because I thought his regular in the first suit, when in that awesome scene of like at the very beginning where he shows his first original suit, which was like the old school suit, and then carrying the green fucking car like in the original cover of Action Comics, right? And then that nod to Superman for All Seasons by Jeff Loeb and I think Tim Sale, where he says to the kid, the kid's like, oh, nice outfit or costume or something. He's like, oh, my mom made it. That suit looked beefed up. But I thought his regular suit all throughout the episode didn't seem to me that puffed up. But you're saying it did a bit too much?
Yeah. What do you think, Chaz?
No, yeah. I definitely feel like the puffiness was way more tasteful in every time he appeared, and I want to say the Arrowverse or the Supergirl verse, I guess you can say.
Yeah,
it was way more tasteful.
I'll throw that up.
Yeah, if possible, or we'll see, or throw up one after the other or a side by side, you can obviously tell that the puffiness was taken to, like you said, like a comical extreme for the actual Superman show. Not to mention that it looked like a shitty version of the Man of Steel costume. It's like I enjoyed the show, but the suit, in all honesty, sucked. Like, I'll be honest, like the logo, that should look like an iron-on patch.
All right, no. All right, the listeners out there, don't listen to them. I know Chess is show because it's kind of off-putting because you're saying the suit sucks so much, but I like the show. It's like it doesn't say like dude, Chess, chill, Chess, chill.
Dude, that's a big difference. Like, okay, his acting was on point. The effects were awesome. It's like they did so much that hey, they kind of skimped on the suit. Like the suit. It needs work. They could have just carried over his original suit with the clasps and shit on the cape. Like that suit was fly. But the suit that
I didn't like the OG, the Supergirl suit he had. I didn't like it too much. Like I thought his suit was fine, and especially what I loved about the show is like I love just seeing Superman in fucking action, you know,
Oh,
just
word.
doing mad Superman shit, you know, right? Like when he that the first thing with the fucking nuclear reactor and cooling it down and grabbing that fucking almost like little iceberg or something he grabbed and threw it back in,
Yeah.
like that was the dopest shit ever. But to go back to back to what Rod said exactly. So the big reveal at the end that the villain who was tormenting him, leaving him notes in Kryptonian, I guess would be right, so the term, about like trying to test him and then and fighting him fucking like man to man, like fucking and holding his own. It's Lex Luthor. And so that's incredibly confusing because exactly like we have John Cryer, who I loved him as Lex Luthor. This is all supposed to be the Arrowverse, you know, and especially after Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Good point.
Those worlds combined because Supergirl and Superman are supposed to be in one different world.
Yeah.
And Flash and Arrow in another, and those worlds combined. And at the end of that thing, we saw John Cryer's Lex Luthor is on that world. So what Luthor is this? I was actually even thinking, is this some multiverse shit?
It is. He says it. He says, it's your fault that my universe perished or something.
Oh, I knew. Yeah, like the voice was like really like muffled.
Yeah, it wasn't done great. The sound editing, I don't know if it's because I watched it on the CW app, but sound editing wasn't great. But yeah, as they're plummeting toward Earth, he's like, because of you, my universe is dead, whatever. Which makes it kind of cool. Like,
yeah.
I'm down for this renegade Luthor of another Earth.
It could be Alexander Luthor.
Yeah.
That'd be epic. And the one thing I will say, I hated, and there is a pattern being established here, I hated Lex Luthor's suit. It's literally a hybrid of the Halo suit and the Doom guy suit. It's a combination of Doom and Halo. There is no alternative. Fans, go Google the Halo guy. What's his name? Master Chief, and go look at the Doom guy. It's a combination of those two suits. That was some lazy shit.
Well, you said Doom or Dune?
No, Doom. Doom. Yeah, the Doom guy, which I think that's like his like legit name. I don't think the character has a name. I looked that up.
Well, now that you say it, well, yes, I can't help but looking at it. But like in the moment, I didn't see it like that. That
was what I first thought right away. So I was like, wait, that looks like a combination of the Halo suit and the Doom suit.
I neither loved nor hated the suit. My only thing was actually thinking like I felt it had some kind of elements to Lex Luthor's suit, you know, a little bit. Like, but obviously the color's not the same. The main thing in the center is not the same. But I felt like, oh, it looks kind of like that. But now I cannot help but see the Halo suit.
Exactly. But overall, one thing that I appreciated, this wasn't a fucking origin story. They compacted a fuck ton of information, like right away. Like, hey, listen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we are. Let's go from here. And I love the fact that they took almost kind of like a Peter Parker approach to Superman, where he's dealing with so much shit that it seems like the easiest thing for him is to be Superman.
I like that.
Is like that's how I felt the whole time. Is like, yo, they're digging in. And it's kind of like, I love the fact that a transition of the ages, for lack of a better term, has been made where like now him having a kid or kids is the standard. You know what I mean? Like a few decades ago, the standard was that like he was single. Lois didn't know that he was Superman, and eventually that changed to them being married, and she always knew, no matter where the writer started. Now, wherever any writer starts a new iteration, he has kids. You guys get what I'm saying, right? It's kind of like like that's been set in motion, and now it just got expanded upon with another son.
Yeah, right. When they de-aged him for the New 52, and I don't know if it was fan outrage, but they eventually brought back the pre-Flashpoint Superman,
right?
And and then he obviously he had 2 kids.
One kid,
John.
Yeah, that's it. So because that's the only thing that for me, like I think I mentioned this when we went over the trailer that I was just shocked about that, right? Because I like John Kent in the comic books, and I love his relationship with Damian Wayne, so Batman's sons, which makes fucking sense. Of course, the kids of Superman and Batman are going to be best fucking friends. And so I was just surprised to see, like, wait, we got another kid? But I'm not gonna lie, from the very beginning, I was sold. I love the idea of the two kids. I love the second kid because the first, they're twins, right? And so one's Jonathan Kent, which is the same, like the kid from the comic books. Although this is a blonde kid, and in the comic books he's a brunette, like dark haired, like Superman. But now he has the other son, Jordan, which I really like the contrast between those two, about like how John is like the perfect kind of kid, quarterback and whatnot, and he's just like outgoing, and Jordan's like troubled, and like he has social anxiety disorder, and he's like on meds,
Reznor.
and he's a Trent Reznor. And how much did you guys love that scene where he's like, what is it? He's playing fucking, what is this, Mortal Kombat or Injustice? Fucking Raiden versus fucking Superman?
Superman, yeah, that was dope. That was meta. I like that. That was
so cool.
Like, and just like you said, like, I appreciate that I really loved how the sons treat each other. Like, it's kind of like, it's a gentle riving, you know what I mean? Like, they come at each other. It's a bit of a rivalry, but it's not some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like, that could have easily turned when, like, they really hate each other and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I'm surprised, like, aside from the first 5 minutes, how much they gave you to, like, right away is, like, in that one episode, they figure out the sons have powers. The sons figure out that the dad is Superman. They find the spaceship. Bam, 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 bam. You know what I mean? Like,
so far, a son has powers. Sorry.
Yeah, a son.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah, but I feel like John eventually, because I do feel like his skills on the field aren't legit. Like that shit he said in the end, nah, bro, you're half Kryptonian, you're in the sun, fuck out of here. That, like, there's something going on.
And I think it would make for just a better story. I think it'd be kind of really cool to see then John develop powers too, and then that kind of, I think it'd be cool. Like, I don't know, because like, what's the rationale behind? Well, I guess genetics. I guess probably, right. He got more human genes. I don't know what, but
it'd be cool. It'd be cool if the powers are spread out. Like, they both don't have all of Superman's powers, because if you think about it, that'd be fucking ridiculous.
I love
it. There'd be like a race of gods, you know what I mean? Like, that's insane. It'd be cool, like, if John could fly and maybe has like X-ray vision, while like Jordan has like all the super strength and heat vision or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be pretty dope. If
damn, John got the worst powers. The flying's cool, but then the X-ray, what is he gonna do with that? Because then Jordan has super strength and heat vision. That's the dopest ones. You just gotta have flying trifecta right there.
Yeah, but then at the same time, Jordan could get, like, on his like booster gold shit. I mean, John could get on his like booster gold shit. He's blonde, you know what I mean? He's handsome shit. Have the whack powers. You'll be all right. You know what I mean? Like balance. The universe needs balance. But like overall, like how things are fleshed out, and the main, what's his dude's name? Hoach. Tyler Hoach, right?
Tyler Hoechlin.
Yeah.
Hoechlin.
Yeah, Hoechlin. Like, how we have to figure out how to say his last name. His acting, I loved it. It was impressive. That Lois, I don't like her aesthetically, but I like her acting.
Jesus Christ!
I'm just being honest here.
When they first show her, like when Clark arrives at the Daily Planet and then they lock eyes for the first time, I'm like, I wonder what Chess thinks about this moment.
Like, he should have just kept walking.
Yeah.
No, but I will say I do love. I do love. Chess's comments, like, no, but I actually really believe, I like the chemistry between those two. I do really believe that they love each other and that they're a family. Like, I like even those, like, when they meet for the first time, and then the little discussions about like the kids, right? Because she wants him to know he has powers. He's Superman and he doesn't. Like, I like that. I don't know. It feels also like, I don't know, like, it feels real. It feels like they're a real couple. And but he's also Superman. But like, the point is this shit, the trauma he's dealing with, the mom dying and back in Smallville.
It's like, that's what. Did anybody else chuckle when which one is the blonde son? John, that's not John. When John's like, "You're not Superman. I've seen Superman," and then Superman goes like,
"Oh my god, I was so tight about that." Like, really? Like, why is everyone in the DC universe so stupid about that?
And they feel like that's just like epically dropping and shit. Okay, and I thought this would be a great opportunity. I'm not sure if some writer has already done this, but why not make the lenses perception scrambling to some degree? Like why not like update? I'm sure somebody has done this already in the comic books.
No, like
somehow it's like a Kryptonian lens, right? That when you look at him, you see a slightly altered version.
Nah, what I like the most, wasn't this done really nicely? I think if I'm thinking correctly, from All-Star Superman, was it? With Grant Morrison and Frank Quietly, where he physically acts differently as Clark Kent. No,
Yeah,
his hair's a little bit weirder, and he's like slouch and like super clumsy.
Yeah, tucking his neck.
Yeah.
Like exactly, like giving himself like a papada, no? Like what's that word in English? You know, like exactly. Like I like that because I find, well, that's a little bit more. Obviously the easier thing on him, because it'd be annoying for him to do all that all the time, right? Like obviously the easier thing would be like some kind of cool technology that the fucking lenses, do that. Other than that, like fucking people are stupid. Lois Lane, right? She's a fucking investigative reporter.
Like
you're who?
Like that's the like it has to be that, yo. That seems so stupid that I think they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Like it seemed
point,
like yo, because it can't be like, Rod, if you took off your glasses right now, I'm looking at a completely different guy. Like the slow removal, it was like they were trolling people. Like, yo, we know that it's stupid. I think that's what it was. And to be honest, I'm gonna go with that, and I appreciate it if that's the sentiment they did that for.
And also, you have to think about it. These are both teenage boys, right? They're either about to go into senior year of high school or finish. I don't remember what exactly it is they're going to do, but they're teenage boys, right? Yo, are you telling me for what? Like, let's say 16, 18 years of their life, they never saw dad without glasses, at home at all? Like he never took him off to clean them or something. Like, come on. And they're like, oh my God, like, come on.
That Superman, the discipline is real. He never takes them off.
No, and it's weird when he's talking about they're talking about their dad. Like dad can't even like put up a Christmas tree without stumbling. First of all, have you seen your dad? This man works out obviously 2 hours every day, right? He has an impeccable diet.
Word.
Like, what are you kidding me? What do you mean your dad is clumsy? Your dad is damn near perfect. Shit.
And the one thing I feel they addressed from the previous Arrowverse iterations to now is that his head to neck ratio, I felt like he used to look like kind of like a candy apple, where like his neck was like a stick and his head looked huge. I feel like while watching this, I'm like, I think they legit addressed that, because I didn't get that vibe at all. For some reason, as soon as I saw him, whether it was like in Arrow or in Supergirl, I'm like, why does his neck look so small compared to the rest of his body?
Oh, you're making me self-conscious right now. My neck's shit, my candy apple. But anyway, bottom line, I like the balance between the drama. I found myself actually more compelled with their
family relationship.
Totally.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, this is cool. I'm invested. And a good dose of action, good stunts too. So I'm gonna keep on. Hopefully it's not like another Batwoman.
So far it is not. This one episode is million times better than all of season 1 and then the episodes of season 2 so far. No, well, I only saw the first episode of season 2. I'm not watching the series. Like I don't care. Like it's not good. And so no, so far it's good. And I don't know. I don't know, like how would we compare episode 1 of this to the first episode of The Flash?
I mean, I don't know, man, because I feel like The Flash as a whole is an experience, because like I feel like it's campy on purpose. It's fun, you know what I mean? Like they're hard to compare.
Damn, it's tough.
Or maybe we got to give it time.
This one stands more on its own in a way, because you don't have to have seen anything before, because like Chess said, you get the gist right in the first 5 minutes. Whereas The Flash, the fact that he was born of the Arrow show just made it that much cooler. Like, it's like when you see Nick Fury at the end of Iron Man 1 and you see the universe is greater than just this one character. So I feel like, and also because they kind of mirrored the Batman and Superman at the time for the Arrowverse. So that just added so much more gravity to Flash for me.
No, and that's a very good point. You're right, because like Flash was like created in the Arrow show, in the Arrowverse and all that kind of stuff. And then, for example, then Superman was in the Supergirl universe. But even there, right, for when Supergirl in her show, we knew Superman existed, right? It wasn't like it wasn't a surprise. So like in the Arrow, it's like, oh fuck, Flash appeared. It's like, oh shit, Flash exists. And so for Supergirl, we always knew Superman was there. So that whole like, oh my god, big reveal was was lost. No, it's like it's not that same thing. So you're right. It's hard to compare those two. It doesn't feel the same way. It's not. I'm just happy that we did get a good Superman show. Good action, good effects, good drama too, and that even the thing about the kids, they sold it well. And even with the whole idea of them moving, I guess, back to Smallville, I liked it. I believe it, and okay, I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah.
The one thing that
all right, go ahead, Chaz.
No, I was going to say that the one thing I will say that it does, I will compare it going forward to Smallville because it has the same vibe to me, which means that Smallville was ahead of its time because Smallville had a high as fuck production value for a TV show, or at least I felt. So getting this show, I felt like I was watching almost even like a continuation of Smallville in a way. Like it had that like deep, like, I don't know how else to say it, like a deep vibe to it. Like it weighed. I don't know why, but I can definitely compare it to Smallville.
Yeah, shit. Arrowverse was born from the back of Smallville, pretty much. I mean, Smallville just it created a niche for the CW. You know, maybe
Facts
at the time, but big spoiler alert, right? So you know, if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert. I'm gonna throw it on the screen right now. The elephant in the room is that the Luthor, Captain Luthor, is black at the end.
Right.
And as fans of Superman the Animated Series and
Clancy Brown,
Harley Quinn series, this has been building for a while, and I'm glad to see somebody finally, you know, made the jump, and I'm curious to see the actor that they picked, and I'm curious to see his portrayal of whatever Luthor, you know, he may be, whatever fucking multiverse Luthor, and his motivation. I'm excited about that, so you know, I'm definitely gonna keep watching.
Which is kind of weird that, like, in a way, so it's like they've been kind of pushing to slightly make Lex Luthor black, like that version of Lex Luthor, but he's voiced by Clancy Brown, who's a white man, and now we're getting a black, like an actual, like a black Lex Luthor. So it's gonna be amazing to see how that shit turns out. But it's kind of like I'm gonna be missing the voice of Clancy Brown in a way, because like I'm so used to hearing it when you see like the black version of Lex Luthor, like
right. And then from the Justice League, the Clancy Brown from the animated series, the Clancy Brown, he was technically, I think, white, right? Yeah, he had some features, but he was white. But the one thing is, like, for the Harley Quinn one, that he I do think he does seem to be mixed, if anything, no? And he is voiced by a black actor.
Carlos Esposito.
Carlos Esposito, exacto.
I know because you mentioned that shit last time. I didn't know that was him, and that was really cool to see him again.
Cool.
I don't like, for some reason, the entire time they showed the Lex Luthor that's voiced by Clancy Brown, that Lex Luthor's been black in my head.
Yeah,
like much. It just seems right. Like the entire time.
All right, I want to round out the show just by talking a little bit about the most recent. You guys know I'm a fucking DC animated movie fiend.
We're aware.
If there was like a intravenous way to receive DC, I'd be on it 24 hours a day. So we got a recent animated feature release. It's out already. So check it out for sure. It's called Batman Soul of the Dragon. Now, when I saw this, it's not necessarily tied to any continuity. It's a standalone feature. I was wondering, like why did they make this movie? Like, you know, because they try to give as many Batman stories. He's a big seller, obviously. Make as many as you can. But then when I saw the movie, it made a lot of sense to me. First, to start, the animation style is in the style of Bruce Timm. Maybe not as strict as in the DC animated universe, but you know, it's birthed of his style. I don't know if he designed these characters or not. But this is very much a Bruce Wayne story. A lot of in the way that Batman Begins was centered around Bruce Wayne. It's almost surprising to see Batman appear like 2 or 3 times in the whole movie.
Oh, wow.
One of those appearances is one of the most epic Batman moments of all fucking time. And whoever has seen this movie knows what I'm talking about. This is what, because it's like, how do you make Batman more epic? I feel like he's already maxed out like epic. Anyway, this movie has it. So it's a Bruce Wayne story about, you know, the way he learned martial arts. And it wasn't until the end credits that I realized why they made this movie. So Dennis O'Neil, who passed last year,
right?
He created a slew of characters for the Batman universe, the DC universe. He's worked for Marvel. He's a legendary creator. Rest in peace. he created characters like Bronze Tiger, Lady Shiva, Ra's al Ghul. If I'm not mistaken, he introduced Venom. If I'm not mistaken, fans correct me. Richard Dragon, right? And then at the end, you see the credits, right? All these characters were created by him, and this movie is an homage to his work.
What?
And it's set in the 70s as well. And you know, you have Michael J. White playing Bronze Tiger, reprising his role from the Arrowverse we were just talking about. You have, I'm gonna butcher his name, Mark Dacascos from there. You know, Ches, the Iron Chef. He was the Crow in the TV show. You guys know this guy. He plays Richard Dragon. You get and just to add, a lot of the ways where Marvel or Netflix rather erred with their rendition of Iron Fist, you know, DC had their white guy kung fu expert called Richard Dragon. In this film, he's Asian racially. I don't know what the fuck the correct term is, but anyway, so they did that right. And it's funny because at the end, Richard Dragon has to fight a guy who looks very much like the Richard Dragon of the comic books. Anyway, long story short, it's a great standalone feature, and it's different in that you get a very Bruce Wayne centered story. And you know, you get a fucking badass Lady Shiva. Who else is in this? A lot of nods to Dennis O'Neil's work throughout the years. Highly recommended. At first, I didn't understand why they would, you know, make this movie. Not that I'm asking for less Batman, obviously, but it makes a lot of sense to pay tribute to a great creator. So check it out.
Nice. That's all right. I'm excited to check it out. You know, and I was actually wondering though, but like, where does this fall? Is it like a standalone movie on its own? Because like we reviewed Superman Man of Tomorrow, which seems to be the new sort of the extended universe animated, right? That might seem to connect with the Justice Society movie. Is this within that realm, or is this like a complete standalone, just tribute to Dennis?
Standalone. You know, DC has been releasing features that, you know, because the DC animated universe, Bruce Timm, Paul Dini fans are legion. You know, we're drooling right now, waiting for this new Batman the animated series comeback that's allegedly going to happen. So DC has, you know, kept us at bay by releasing Justice League and the Fatal Five, Batman and Harley Quinn, and now Batman Soul of the Dragon. Just these features, and the Phantom Stranger short, which I also recommend, is in the style of Bruce Timm. You know, just giving the fans like this universe, so to speak, in one way or the other. So it's a standalone, but still dope as fuck.
I definitely want to check out that Phantom Stranger short. I love all things Phantom Stranger.
Check
He's one
it
of the
out.
most interesting characters there is. Oh man, and the one thing I'm sure that people do appreciate about Soul of the Dragon is that people tend to hate on Batman because like he can do so much. It's nice when one of his facets is fleshed out so like in depth. You know what I mean? Like, hey, how come he's so good at martial arts? Now you know he was basically in Mortal Kombat, like in the 70s. You know what I mean? Like that's why. Like it's good to give depth to the shit he can do so people know and understand the why. And because like that's just Batman. It's good to see like the shit he's endured to be the Dark Knight, which people can't argue against after, you know, the proof is in the pudding, man.
All right, well, that's awesome. Then I think for this weekend, I already got my plans. I'm gonna watch this movie this weekend. Let's do it.
Facts. I'm definitely gonna check out both of those things, actually, especially after learning the same dude created all those people. It's so much more interesting now. On that note, friends, lovers, gentlemen, colleagues, always a pleasure, always an honor. Legion on Zoom, check us out. Instagram, all over social media. Check us out on YouTube. We love you guys. Check you out next time. This is Ches.
Yo, and this is Miguel.
And this is Rod. And next week I'll have my setup back, people. I'm the technical difficulty guy. Not the cool Paul Gilbert shit. Just having shitty connection. Peace.
Rod is a glitch in the Matrix. Peace.
Peace.